What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I've got something a little bit different for you guys. Today I'm starting a new series called Foot Ideas, where I'll be going through some ideas that I want to see in future FIFAs, FIFA 20, 21 and onwards into the future. Now today I'm going to show you just three, but I'd love to do more of these, so stick ideas of your own in the comments down below. I'll read them and put them in another video. And also I'd love to hear what you guys think of the ideas that I have come up for this video. If you haven't already subscribed, do go drop me a sub, and let's get right into what I'm suggesting for three things that I would love to see in FIFA 20. We're starting off with the Foot Champions Cup. Now, we already have Foot Champions as a league-based thing. I would love to see it as a Foot Champions Cup. Now, my reasoning for this is 30 games is a fucking lot every weekend. And for me personally, and a lot of other players, it's just not enough time in the day and not enough time in their lives to be able to do it. However, if you're interested in a cup, you can make it much shorter, much quicker, and maybe obviously have smaller rewards, but still give something usable to players that obviously just don't have the time to play the game as much as someone else. So here is what I'm proposing: an 8-game tournament that have 3 group stage games, followed by a last 16 leg of 2 legs, followed by a quarterfinal, semi-final, final, and that would be your 8 games. Now, how it would work is quite simple. You get different rewards depending on how well you did, and you get them out of the latest team of the week or maybe team of the season if you've got that far into the season. How it sort of is this: with the group stage, you play 3 games against random people. Doesn't matter who you play against, and it's quite simple. You're not going to have like staging it against each other. If you get 5 points, you are through to the next round. If you get less than 5, you are out. So you need either 2 wins or a win and 2 draws to get through to the next round of the group stage. And if you do go out in the opening round, you don't get anything, you don't get any rewards. But why this works quite well, and this whole thing works quite well, is 8 games is like 2 to 3 hours if you were to get to the final. But let's say you get knocked out in the group, to give it a try. Oh well, that's it. You don't have to like spend your whole day grinding out the game to get some rewards. So you get nothing if you go out in the group stage. So then move on to the last 16, which will be 2-legged game. You play 2 different people, and depending on whether your score is positive or negative is whether you go through to the quarterfinals. Now, if you do go out in the last 16, what you get would be a bench or reserve player from that team of the week. So it's not going to be someone great, but it's a little something that could help. You never know if there's someone good on the bench that week, or someone that particularly works for your team could work perfectly. If not, it may just be a little bit of SBC fodder that could come in handy in the future. Maybe if you could get a Bakambu, a Kagawa, probably someone from an outside league is more likely. And unlike with Foot Champs, where you get a selection of ones that EA give you, you can pick any of your choice. So of the 12 that are on the bench reserves, you can pick whoever you want to have. So it's more suited to your team as well. So it's more targeted than in Foot Champs, where you get somebody random, which I think will work well for the game. Then, if you do progress into the quarterfinals, you're able to pick any inform. This is the start off for the game. It can change in the future, but probably up to like January. What I'm saying is, you get to the quarterfinals, you can pick any inform up to an 86 rating. So you can't go out and just pick a Messi. You don't get anything with the first time, but any informs that are 86 rated or under, or if they're all 87 rated or above or on the bench, you can sub. But any informs 86 or underrated, you can select. You can get someone pretty decent, or maybe if you've got a top team, you want to put it into SBC fodder, but it'll certainly give you somebody that's definitely usable, particularly at the beginning of the game when you start off. Then, into the semi-finals, you are allowed an 88 or underrated player, and that'll give you a pretty damn good selection if you've made it to the semis. I mean, you can pretty much, especially at the beginning of the game, the first couple months, or even up to Christmas, to us, an 88 rated import is pretty good. You can get someone pretty decent for that, and it's absolutely for free for like 7 games. So a pretty good record, I would say. Now, also to note, all these cards will be untradeable, not able to be sold, not anything. They can be put into SBCs, but that is it. No sales or anything. So you just have to use what you've got and what you've chosen in that particular week. Then, if you get to the final, you can get a selection of any inform you want. Now, this could work out really well for some people, because what it will do is allow, if you just have a good week, let's say you have a good week, and you make it to the final, and you get lucky, someone that's just not a great player, doesn't ever get to play with the top cards, could suddenly find they've stumbled upon a Neymar or something, which would be absolutely insane to see. I'd absolutely love that if people could do that. Although maybe what I would suggest is EA could select one player that they don't want people to have, that they would give to only the winners rather than the finalists. So maybe that's actually, now in hindsight, what I would say is you could take a pick of 22 of the players other than the marquee player that EA have selected if you get to the final. Then, if you win all 8 games, and you probably will need to win at least 6 games and not lose any to get to this stage, it really is a tough competition. You'll be coming up against very good players, because everyone will want a shot at some of these players for certain. You better pick of any team Team of the Week, including that one that I just decided would be excluded. So maybe that would be a Neymar. If you win the whole competition, you can get an informed Neymar for absolutely free, as well as a predetermined special card. So let's say it screams out it's October, you can go out and get, as well as the informed that's selected, you also get a special Scream Ibra that is only unlockable in the tournament. So it makes that more exciting to earn as well, and something more interesting maybe than weekly objectives that we are currently sitting with at the moment for earning players currently. So maybe later in the game it's, I don't know, you can have any kind of special card, maybe it's even an icon, a lower icon, once you get into like May, June-ish, that you could be unlocking through this tournament. Then the other thing I'd suggest is to make it more exciting, they could add entry requirements. Now to start off the game at the beginning, you just say any squads that you've got is allowed, but as the game progresses, you can make things more interesting. Let's say you've got an Ibra as your special card. You could add a little twist to it where you say you have to have a player from each of Ibra's clubs on the pitch at all times. That'll make like a really exciting twist, forcing people to make hybrids. Or let's say you've got a La Liga player, you could say La Liga players only. Or let's say you've got a player from a Portuguese league, let's say a Teles, someone that's very good people would want, but in the same respect, you say only Portuguese league players or no players from the top 5 leagues. Lots of different twists they could add to it. I think that would be a really good way to brighten up, make Foot Champs or weekend play more exciting for those of us that can't play weekend league, don't have the time, but give us something we can grind towards. Just 8 games, not too extensive, and if they were to lower Foot Champs to 25 matches, that would give it plausible for those people that really love to grind the game. 25 games champs, 8 games of this, if they make it all the way to the final, would be a really good setup with 33 games. Still less than obviously the Champs was originally at 40 matches. Now, the second idea, that was the long one, that was kind of my big idea. The two are slightly smaller of the second one. The first one that we've got is prime icon moments. Now, I know this is something that's already in FIFA, but it needs a big revamp. EA fucked it this year superbly. They didn't release information, they didn't release particularly boosted cards. It was an absolute mess, but I've got a really good idea as to how they could change that completely and make it an absolutely insane setup for the game. Now what they do is they select icons that are not in the game. So you don't go for icons that are in the game, you go for new players. So 3 that I've gone for is Zidane. Now what they do, before I go into this, is you pick players. It's not, because it's icon moments, not icons, so it doesn't have to be necessary. Obviously you want it to be like a good player. So let's say it's someone that's had a particularly insane. Now the example that I'm going to give to you, or the 3 examples, the first one is Zidane in his, or actually that's not probably the best one. The best one is Solskjaer and his goal in 1999. Now, he was kind of deemed, I think, not a good enough icon, but what if you had a special boosted card for his 1999 final game against Bayern Munich? That'd be awesome, especially for a Man United fan. But the twist is, it's only in SBCs for a month. You get 1 player every month for these special cards. And 3 that I've come up with, just some ideas. Zidane for his 2002 goal in the Champions League final against Leverkusen, where he absolutely volleyed it straight into top bin. Solskjaer, as I've said already, and his 1999 goal that won the Champions League for United and the treble in 1999 will be another card. And the third one I've come up with today is just Gordon Banks for his insane stop against Pele. So it doesn't have to be like a player that's been insane throughout the career. Obviously all 3 of these guys I've said here have been pretty damn good throughout the careers, but you're picking a moment that they were great in, not their whole career. So it's like a different focus to it. And maybe you could boost stats they did particularly well in. So maybe they boosted Dan's volleying for his moments card. Would add something unique. And also what they could do is maybe like have it so they have it in the month they happen. Say, let's say Zidane's goal was in May. They put that SBC in May. They have a different one for each month, so people only have a month to get it, and they rotate it for each game. So you don't get that card back. You get 1 chance to get this card, and then it would be gone. Now, I want to say the final one is something I think is definitely doable for EA and really should be in games. I think it would be a great feature. It really doesn't take a lot of effort, and that's classic songs. Now, some people complain about the soundtracks. I'm actually a big fan of the soundtracks in their current situation. I've always been a fan, really like them, think they're really good, but imagine how cool it would be, regardless of whether you think it's good or bad, if you could have classic FIFA songs in the soundtracks. What you could have is EA could select 10 songs from previous FIFAs, and then the community could vote on 5 that they want to have in the game. So the 5 that I come up with here, let's say, get to be added into FIFA 20. So you've got like 30 songs for the soundtrack and 5 bonus songs. Let's say you could have The Knights, Hit It, Wave and Flag, Drown, and Way Down We Go. Just 5 songs that the community really loved. I really loved them personally, so that's why I've said these ones. They could be back in the game. It's like a little bit of nostalgia. Everyone loves nostalgia, and something to throw back to those old FIFAs that you would absolutely love. On both mine, like FIFA 14, 15, 16, the oldest one being Waving Flag and 15. Maybe even if there's some older people that want to vote for it, maybe something all the way back into like FIFA 02 or something, if you're going way back. But those are my 3 ideas for FIFA 20 or onwards. for today's video. I'd love to hear what you guys think of them in the comments down below. And also, I'd love to hear what other ideas you guys have, and I can put them in a future video. But until that, I will see you guys next time. Peace!